Alrighty then. Um, what's going on, guys? Lotus What Ifs here, back with a new series. Why am I making a new series? For one simple reason. Today is the last day of school, and I will have much more time to give you guys what ifs. So my schedule won't be all bundled up unless I'm going out to talk with to or some shit like that. But anyways, so yeah, this is not a Deku what if. This is a Naruto what if. I know, right? Oh wow, I'm getting into the habit of making Naruto what ifs. Yeah, I am. I just am. So, what if is this? I clearly remember saying that I would make a redo of what if Naruto was neglected, but I'm not doing that now. Wait, no, that happened a long time ago. Oops, my bad. I already made that. This is actually what if Naruto was banished, and this one Kushina and Minato will still be alive. Naruto will have two siblings. Not Kinato, but not Kinato or Kushin. Mino and Minato Jr. I guess. Minato's name is Hinato. Yeah. No, Naruto's little brother is Hinato and Mino. So yeah, that's basically how it is. So I'm not gonna do it like usual where one of the siblings are gonna have an attachment to Naruto in some way. No. So basically, everything went as canon except for Minato and Kushina dying from the Nine Tails attack. This time, they sealed the Nine Tails inside Hinato and Mino. So yeah. So Naruto has no aspect of the Nine Tails, not even the soul, not its power, no nothing. Alright, so you may be wondering, where's the soul and stuff like that? Well, the soul was split into two, same as the power. Hinato has the negative side, the yin side. I think it's the yin side, right? The yin side, yeah. And Mino has the yang side. Quite honestly, it's not that they have a good personality or anything like that. No, she's still like they're both still gonna be prideful and shit like that. And yeah. Damn, I want to get struck by that lightning bolt. Shit sounded rough. Shit, I wonder if I survived that shit, I would have became a god. But anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's start with the what if. So you start at Naruto since he was like him and his siblings are all the same age. All right, I'm not changing anything about making Naruto older and his siblings younger. No, they're all gonna be the same age. Right off the bat, the ship is Ino. Why? Because Ino. Why? Because I said Ino. Okay, then I gave you two reasons why. If you want a third reason, well then, I feel like it's appropriate. Quite honestly, I was going to do damn, I legit had the name in my head and I forgot it. Oh my god, for the past few days I have been saying the name like over and over again, and then I forget it like a dumbass. Alright, I'm gonna just give a description. The villain that was the enemy in Naruto the Last. Yeah, that dude, that Otsutsuki. I think it was no, not Hammer. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Yeah, Taneri Otsutsuki. My bad. Originally, it was supposed to be female her, but like there is no female version of Taneri Otsutsuki, so it's kind of hard to do. But anyways, we're gonna. Oh my god. So yeah, your boy, he had rough times today, not finding that picture. But anyways, the ship is now Ino, no Himawari, no. Quite honestly, I have not made a Hinata ship. I'm all down with making a Hinata ship, but I don't know, man. I just don't feel like it. But anyways, so yeah. So normally Naruto's eyes will be pink, as you see in the picture, and his hair will turn that color because of his Otsutsuki sign, like his Otsutsuki bloodline with the whole, the child of prophecy thing. Yeah, the whole Ashura side. Yeah, but like, so yeah, let's just say in this one, Ashura got the like Kaguya's hair color, like the light blue, like the sky, like not the sky blue, but like clear blue, like a clearish blue, like diamond blue color. So yeah. So it's not that Hagoromo cheated or anything like that. No, it's just part of the genes. If you didn't know, that can happen. It's called skipping a generation. Calm yourself. But anyways, so Naruto, he's grown up with his siblings, but he noticed that his parents never really liked him. His parents never really liked him as much as the villagers never really liked him. And anytime he tried to talk to them, they'd say, "Don't talk to me, you demon," as if he was something bad or did something wrong. He doesn't know exactly what he did wrong. He just knows that, well, he probably did something wrong. He doesn't know when he did it, and he just knows that he did. So he's been wondering, curious, and stuff like that. And then, like, he just keeps going outside every day hearing he's a demon and shit like that. Now, at the age of 9, Naruto finally realized that the world is a cruel place, and what's the point of feeling happiness if you're only gonna feel sad again? Oh, by the way, that's my view of life. Yeah. To me, life is an endless loop of emotions and many more. For example, you get good things to get bad things afterwards. You feel happiness to feel sadness. You feel worried to feel, well, I guess okay, just to feel worried again, or insecure, or just to have anxiety or depression or some dumbass shit. Hold on. Oof. So yeah, so after that, at the age of 9, Naruto was fully depressed and saw no really clear view of the world. The world, it wasn't exactly black and white, but the colors were quite dimming over the years. Over the years until the age of 12, because things will happen. His eyes, like his view of the world, like the colors he see, get darker and darker. Not by the day, but at least by the month. So Naruto would wake up and, like a month later, Naruto would wake up and he'd see that the world's colors have gotten darker yet again. And Naruto has stayed that way. His siblings have been known to be prodigies. They've been called prodigies and stuff like that. Even though Naruto tries just as hard and is as capable as them, just because he can't perform the Shadow Clone Jutsu, everybody ridiculed him and said, "Oh, shit like that, you're ass. You can't do anything. You're not a prodigy. That's why your siblings are better than you," and stuff like that. So they ridicule him. And his siblings would even get prideful of this due to, well, the delusion of, oh shit, they're better than Naruto and stuff like that. And start to, well, call him names, many more. And yeah. Now, Naruto wasn't really a big fan of this, but he couldn't do anything. Quite honestly, Naruto didn't really care, but he wasn't a fan of the whole bullying and stuff like that. Sure, he noticed that if it was his past self, he would have got pissed off immediately and possibly punched one of his siblings, or even the people in the village, but the him now doesn't actually care. Because, well, his sight is quite dimming already, so what's the point? So, Naruto, we skip to actually 12 years later. Everything goes as normal at the Chunin exams and stuff like that. And yeah, except for Naruto being, well, less talkative. Now, over the years, everybody has been ridiculing him except for one person. That was Ino. Why? Because, well, Ino's actually taking the place of Hinata, but but more straightforward. Ino would actually interact with Naruto, but when she's, well, alone and, well, Naruto cannot see her, she'd stalk him. And, well, nobody would actually notice this because, like Hinata, nobody noticed her stalking Naruto. Somehow. I don't know how it works, but it just does. And, well, Sakura is busy, like, fangirling over Sasuke and stuff like that. Naruto doesn't really like Sakura or Sasuke. Quite honestly, he has no soft spot for anyone. Not even Ino. He'll realize it sooner or later, but not right now, though. And basically, like, Sakura noticed that Ino hangs out with Naruto a lot and stuff like that, and she says, "Why are you hanging out with that demon? Don't you know what he did to the village?" As Naruto, he's being falsely accused of this. Now, in this one, Danzo's still gonna be the ass he is, but still, he's actually gonna have like some sort of, well, kind-heartedness for Naruto or anything like that. Like, he's actually gonna be like, "Yo, what the hell, bro?" Because he sees how the people are treating Naruto and stuff like that, and he even one night when, like, this is like the only time he was actually gonna do this. One time when Naruto was actually getting bullied, beaten up by, well, some random villagers, one of them actually nearly killed him. Actually, because Danzo, he somewhat saw a good potential in Naruto since he wasn't that far behind his siblings, so he thought that Naruto should at least have a chance to be a great ninja. So, seeing as how somebody actually wanted to cripple him when it came to the way of the ninja, he executed that person personally. Not with his Ambu. No. He told his Ambu to get that person, and he personally executed that person and got rid of the body. Now, he stole Shisui's eyes and stuff like that, and Sasuke became the emo boy he is, as we all know. And yeah. So, but anyways, this is actually at the fight with Naruto and Sasuke. This time, Menma and Mito were being retarded, and, well, not really. They were taking out the village with, just Jiraiya. I'm not trying to copy whatever saying Tsunade and stuff like that. No, just Jiraiya. Because it was only Jiraiya. As they saw Tsunade along the way, and they trained with Tsunade for at least a week, and then Tsunade dipped for the position of Hokage, because they still needed a 5th Hokage, even if Hiruzen and, Minato's still alive. So anyways, she took the position, the 3 of them worked together, taking care of certain things, Hiruzen taking care of basically logs of battle and stuff like that, Minato takes charge of the military and stuff like that, and, well, Tsunade does the regular, well, work. Now, it's actually time. Yeah, like I said, it was the fight between Naruto and Sasuke. Everything went as per normal, except for Naruto didn't get that whole boost and stuff like that. But Naruto got a boost in adrenaline, which made him, well, the same way as he did in the anime. Being fueled by his adrenaline, it's kind of like how Ashura was when he was fighting Indra. He was fueled with adrenaline to, well, stop his brother with, well, the axe he was doing. So, yeah. But anyways, Naruto will have the 5 chakra natures like Ashura. So, yeah. See, quite honestly, Naruto has all 5 chakra natures. It's just that, well, he uses, well, wind. He mostly uses wind, which is the shadow clones. Yes, there are times where he uses many other releases like moon release, lava release, earth release, and many more, but he mostly sticks to, well, wind with the Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken. So, yeah. Now, I'm also going to create a new jutsu for Naruto. Naruto's going to be creating jutsus, but he's going to create something actually kind of like the Rasen Shuriken, but it involves the kunai. Rasen kunai. Now, you may be wondering, how the hell is this going to work? Well, it's not like the Rasen Shuriken that's spinning. No, it's actually going to be like a kunai. It's going to be like a kunai, but more of like an arrow. It's going to be like a kunai with like a sharp point at the far end and like the kunai circle. And there's even one where, the little circle on the kunai's end, yeah, the Rasengan can be in it and actually spin it around and do that. But Naruto's gonna stick to the regular one, which is just throwing it straight. Why? Because it gets a speed boost by the wind and it goes way faster. To the point where possibly the opponent can't see it, but I don't know until then. So, Naruto, he learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu and stuff like that. Not because of stealing the whole scroll of sealing and shit like that. It's because, well, he actually copied his siblings' movements. Cause Minato lets his siblings, gives them access to, well, the library, the Hokage library, which has basically a lot of information on the past and the present, and it also has for the scroll of sealing, but they're only able to get one jutsu, and they both pick the Shadow Clone Jutsu, because they feel like it would be, well, easier to gang up on somebody than to fight them alone. So, yeah, that's basically how it works. Now, Ashura should know every jutsu since, well, his dad's the Sage of Six Paths and his grandma is Kaguya. Well, the one that's actually has the most chakra, but also she should have knowledge on almost every jutsu and the Otsutsuki King and stuff like that. So in this one, he's gonna have like knowledge, like big time knowledge. Ashura's still gonna be a fool and stuff like that, and toy around, and play around and stuff like that. But he's gonna be smart, like not smart like Ashura, like Indra was, but still smart at the same time. So Sasuke is still in Indra's reincarnation. So yeah. So basically, Naruto, he woke up hours later after the fight with Sasuke. It went as per normal, like I said, but without the whole QB chakra. So Naruto, he basically he took Sasuke's headband and he walked back to the village. Now Naruto walks in with the village and everybody sees the headband in his hand and they think that, well, Sasuke's dead, like he killed Sasuke. But in reality, Sasuke just did. Sasuke don't play that, he did. Like shit, Sasuke don't care about them. Sasuke dipped, and basically they thought that Naruto, well, killed Sasuke. As basically, so Shinobi's call out for Anbu as the Anbu come, and it's actually like Hiruzen's Anbu. As basically they said what, and quite honestly a lot of the oh my god, hold on. Got the right word. The council. So yeah, the council were really against Naruto, quite honestly. Whether it be the civilian council, the shinobi council, they're against Naruto because they believe the lie that Kushina and Minato told them about him being the demon and stuff like that. But that's not true. But remember, Kushina and, well, friends are not there. They abandoned Naruto to go, well, train in Mount Nyaboku. Now, they still ain't met, like, Elder Toad or anything like that. No, they're just training to, well, just doing regular training. So, yeah. So, basically, they took it to Tsunade and the third Hokage, and the council said to, well, banish Naruto. Now, they were against this, especially Tsunade, seeing as how, well, no, not Tsunade. Well, yeah, Tsunade didn't really care about Naruto, because, well, they told her the same line, she fucking believed it. While Hiruzen, he was against this, because he knew what really happened that day, how Naruto wasn't the one. Quite honestly, Naruto was the first one born, and he was actually getting cleaned at the current time. So, yeah. So they're just blaming him for no apparent reason. They don't have a reason, they're just, well, blaming him. Now, Naruto, he's at home resting because he was tired. Now, he still got the, he did not get the whole Chidori and the heart thing like in canon. No. Sasuke, he used Chidori, but in a fist to, well, just punch Naruto and severely injure him. Not like breaking his Dantein where his chakra is or anything like that. No, just severely injuring him in the chest, which Naruto wakes up the next day, coughs out a little blood, as, you know, he's walking around the village, and he doesn't know what's going on, but he's getting weird stares and hatred stares, as he says, the normal, until an Anbu comes near him and says, Naruto Uzumaki, you have been summoned by the Hokages. As Naruto says, okay, as Naruto, he proceeds to go to the Hokage's office and walks inside to see angry Tsunade and a sympathetic Hiruzen. As Naruto says, what's going on here? As Tsunade says, you should know what you did, demon. As Naruto says, what did I do? As she says, you killed Sasuke Uchiha. As Naruto says, I didn't kill him, he's still alive. As Tsunade says, oh yeah, then why is his headband in your hand? As Naruto says, because he ran away and left it. As Tsunade, she says, I'm getting tired of your lies, stop lying. You killed him and you killed him, just say it. As Naruto says, no, I didn't, he's still alive. As As Tsunade says, that's it! You are hereby banished from the Hidden Leaf Village. You have no right to call yourself a shinobi from the Hidden Leaf Village ever in the future. As Naruto says, wow, okay. I guess I'll be going now. As Naruto takes off his headband, puts it on the table, and he turns around and says, bye, Grandpa Hiruzen. As he just leaves. Because Naruto didn't really have a grandfather figure, because we don't know who Kushina and Minato's parents are, so he just sees Hiruzen as his grandfather that he doesn't have. It's either they're like his parents died, or like they just don't want to see their parents, some shit like that. So, yeah. So Hiruzen is surprised that Naruto even said hi to him, because over the past 3 years, Naruto hasn't talked to any of the Hokages. He hasn't talked to his family, the Hokages, the council, the Anbu. He doesn't even talk much to the Anbu. When he talks to the Anbu, he just says okay and then proceeds on with his day. Which is kind of surprising, but Naruto doesn't really care. Now, on his way out of the village, because Naruto didn't really have anything to pack. Because, well, he didn't really get clothes that much, he didn't get food fed that much. He just didn't get that much stuff. Now, Naruto, on his way out of the village, he is bombarded by, well, a group of civilians, or surrounded, to be exact, as they proceed to say, where do you think you're going, demon? We haven't given you your goodbye gift, as Naruto says, huh? As they proceed to jump Naruto. Naruto is yelling out in pain, telling them to stop. Not begging them to stop, no, telling them to stop. He's saying, stop, stop, god damn it, stop! As, yeah, Naruto is not a beggar, like the fuck, bro? So, as basically, Naruto's getting hit all over, but he's also getting stabbed with kunais. Now, the places that they're stabbing him with it, now, there was a, Hyuga, a high-ranking Hyuga. One, not really high-ranking, but somewhat of a mid-class Hyuga who learned the 64 palms. Now, they thought of using the 64 palms on him, but they thought of something worse. Stabbing him in each of his chakra points. So, everybody got off as Naruto proceeds to get up, but he uses the 64 palms, but with a kunai in his hand. Stabbing each one of Naruto's 64 pressure points, as then the head of the Hyugas said, step aside, let me deal with this vermin demon. As cause his wife still died from the Nine Tails, so yeah. As he proceeds to take out 2 kunais. Not 1, but 2 kunais. As he doesn't do the 64 palms, he does the 320 palms, as he stabs Naruto in every pressure point, meridian, anything that could stop him from becoming a ninja in the future. Or at least that will stop him and cause him like relative damage that will make it so that he has to heal for a long time. Now, the damage that has been inflicted on Naruto by now is at least 4 to 5 years worth of damage. But it's only gonna be 3.5 years. So, Naruto, he proceeds to, well, limp out the village while holding his stomach, because he got hit in the stomach a lot, but he can't really cover up all of his, well, meridians and pressure points because they've been severely hurt. So, while Naruto's suffering through all this pain, Mino and, well, Minato are just enjoying themselves. They're just having the life in Mount Nyaboku, eating food and shit like that, and exploring the vast regions of Mount Nyaboku and climbing shit. Having basically a full fucking field day by themselves. As basically they did not hear about this, nor did Kushina or anything like that. And yeah. As Naruto, he proceeds to limp out as Naruto finds a stick. Naruto finds a stick as he proceeds to take the stick and he just walks. Now, Naruto, he's limping out, but I never said he could see, did I? No. Naruto is blind now. Yeah, he's been blinded by one of the kunai. Naruto was blinded by one of the kunai. Naruto, his eyes are closed, so he doesn't know that he's actually like blind. So Naruto, he proceeds to just walk until he, after like 10 minutes, since, well, his eyes were really sore, so were his face, so they were really sore, as he decides to open his eyes. But when he opens his eyes, like he was bleeding from the eyes here. He was bleeding from the eyes. His eyes weren't directly stabbed or punctured or anything like that. No, they were just like cut, like many small cuts happened on his eye. As basically Naruto didn't notice these small cuts, but he was cut. Not only that, but the whole meridian pressure point thing actually had something to do with his eyes, since they were directly corresponding to, well, since his meridians and his pressure points are directly respond to his, eyes and his brain. It shut down the nerves to the eyes, which, well, causes Naruto to be blind, and he's also bleeding from the eyes. Naruto, he notices this and he says, damn it. As Naruto, he had a white shirt under, so like the whole fishnet shirt thing, he still has it, but Naruto, he always feels like he should prepare, like having like a white shirt or something like that. So he took the white shirt off and he ripped it. He didn't know how much he ripped it, but he just ripped it. As you know, he made it to like lengthwise for his eyes, as he proceeds to do that, and he wrapped it around his eyes. So Naruto gets up with the stick and he just walks. Naruto doesn't know where he's going. He's just walking, just casually walking everywhere. Doesn't know where he's going, bumping into things and stuff like that. And he can't use chakra, which is kind of hard for him. So Naruto, he's just walking. So the Zabuza thing did not happen this time. Yeah, the Zabuza thing did not happen. And yeah, so Naruto, he's walking by the hidden mist village and stuff like that, basically the bridge. As basically Zabuza sees him, and Zabuza's about to swing his sword to hit Naruto. Like, take in mind, this has been like at least like 1 month after Naruto has started walking. As basically Ino has been really depressed, alright? She has been really depressed, not talking to her mother, father, or anyone like that. As a matter of fact, she completely hates everybody in the village. And what's worse, she despises everybody in the academy, especially people like Sakura. She despises Sakura, she despises Sasuke. She was cool with Sasuke at first, not like the whole fangirling thing like she did in the anime, but now she like completely despises Sasuke. She despises Sasuke with a passion for what happened to Naruto. She hates everybody in the village, despises Tsunade, Sasuke, and many more, and Sakura as well. Hell, she even despises the council to the point where if there was ever a chance for her to rebel, she would. But she knows that that time will never come. So, anyways, Naruto, he's just walking and stuff like that, just continues walking, and he just reaches in front of Zabuza, and Zabuza's in front of him. Now, he doesn't know who's in front of him, he just knows that somebody's in front of him. As Zabuza goes to swing the sword, but Haku stops his hand, making the sword not hit him. It's at least 1 inch away from his face, and Zabuza whispers, why would you do that? As Haku says, Zabuza, stop, he's blind. As Zabuza says, what? As he looks at Naruto and he says, as he notices that the whole blindfold on his head, and he says, oh. As Naruto says, why'd you stop? As Zabuza, he's shocked and says, what? As Naruto says, why'd you stop swinging your sword? As Zabuza says, so you can see. As Naruto says, nope. As Zabuza says, then how do you know that I stopped my sword? As Naruto says, the wind. The wind pressure that's given off when you swing your sword forwards. There's always wind following your sword. Once you stop it, the wind goes forward and continues until it just hits something like a wall. As Zabuza, he's surprised. As Naruto says, as Zabuza says, it's not worth it. You're already blind, kid. I can't do that to somebody like you. As Naruto says, oh, okay. as Zabuza moves out the way with Haku and he says, "You can go forward, kid." As Naruto says, "Okay." As Naruto, he continues to walk forward and stuff like that. Now Naruto walks forward, actually completely passing the Hidden Mist Village. So Naruto actually got lost in the Hidden Mist Village. Now he didn't get lost in it, but he got lost somewhere around it, and he went completely around the Hidden Mist Village. As Naruto is just wandering around the Hidden Mist Village, not the village itself, but like the whole village. As Naruto doesn't know where he's going. He just knows that he has to keep walking forward. He just feels like he should just walk forward because, well, he doesn't have any direction of where to go. And for all he knows, if he walks backwards, he could possibly stumble upon the Hidden Leaf Village and, well, get crippled even worse. As Naruto, he proceeds to, well, just walk forward until he reaches the Sand Continent. Now, over this time, Naruto has heard many, clapping sounds, basically, the whole whoosh sounds, the sound effects when you're making, jutsus. Now, Naruto has actually done the hand signs to actually see which hand sign the person is doing. As Naruto doesn't know, what it's doing, but Naruto just knows that it's just a hand sign. Well, he hears the names and stuff like that, like Fireball Jutsu, Majestic Flame Jutsu, and stuff like that. And actually, the one that were, he passed, near Itachi. Now, this was Itachi while he was training. Let's just say Itachi took a long time to get to the Akatsuki base. So Naruto heard this and he says, who's that? As Naruto, he just uses his ears to see where the sound is coming from. As Naruto, he goes to Itachi and he says, "Hey you, mister." As Itachi hears, "Hey you, mister," as he looks around to see Naruto looking at a tree. As Minato says, "Kid, I'm right here." So Naruto says, "Oh, sorry." As he says, "Wrong direction." As Naruto turns around, trying to feel his way to Itachi until his stick hits Itachi's foot. As he says, "Oh, here you are." As Itachi says, "Can you not see?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, I'm blind, unfortunately." As he says, "What village do you come from?" As Naruto, he wanted to say Hidden Leaf Village, but then his face slumps to a little, a sad face. As Itachi says, "What's wrong?" As Naruto says, "Well, I got banished from my village." As he says, "What village was it?" As Naruto says, it was the Hidden Leaf Village. As basically, Itachi can see that Naruto was severely wounded, so he took out some bandages and says, "Kid, sit down, I'll bandage you up, so just tell me your story." As Naruto says, "Okay," as he basically explains what happened and stuff like that, his past with his siblings, his parents, and how they abandoned him to go train Hinato and Mino. So, yes. Now, Itachi, he wasn't really that much of a sympathetic person after the whole, "Oh shit, I just massacred my whole village, killed my parents," and shit like that. But hearing Naruto's story, he felt really sad. He felt sadder than when he actually killed his parents in front of Sasuke and having to leave Sasuke behind. Because, well, to him, he felt like ever since Naruto was born, Naruto didn't have any good, he didn't have any awesomeness, or any greatness in his life. It's just been plain, boring sadness to him. And for a 9-year-old child to actually see the world in a view, in the points of view that's even worse than his, is kind of heartbreaking. As Naruto can hear the whole teardrops hitting the ground and the whole sniffs and stuff like that, as Naruto says, "You don't have to cry." As Naruto's reaching out his hands to reach Itachi, as Itachi lets him grab him, as Naruto hugs him and says, "You don't have to cry." As he hugs Itachi and Itachi starts crying even more, as Naruto says, "It seems that you have had more pain than me. So go ahead, cry it out." As Itachi just cries. He just cries, and cries. As basically, Naruto, he travels with Itachi guiding him and stuff like that, to making sure that Naruto can't get lost since he's blind. Sure, that he knows that there's going to be a point where they're going to have to split up, because he can't really have a blind kid with him in the Akatsuki because it's dangerous. And it's basically over, and basically they were basically traveling for like 5 months. So it's currently been like, I'd say around 7 months since Naruto left the village. As basically, this is the last night between Naruto and Itachi. Itachi left a crow near Naruto to tell him that he had to leave because he can't stay with him because he'll be in danger and stuff like that. So that night, Naruto got something he didn't think that he was possibly gonna get in the future, and that was some of Itachi's blood. Because he already had Hashirama cells in him because he's an Uzumaki. Now, Itachi wouldn't know how he did this. Itachi, he has to fit a whole big ass crow inside Naruto's fucking mouth for him to do that, but he didn't do that. Naruto, over this month, Itachi has been forcing himself, pushing his limits and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's still gonna fight Sasuke and stuff like that, but it's gonna be he's not gonna die from Sasuke, but actually from the disease. So, yeah, because in the anime, most people be saying that this nigga died from the disease. Nah, this nigga Itachi died from Sasuke. Nah, he died from that disease in that wall. That wall just hit different. Like, you crazy, bro? Thought Sasuke was gonna kill him? Crazy. Nigga gave him PTSD while dying. You crazy, bro? If a man's can do that, that man's is not. And I mean not getting killed by a little brother. Must have been smoking the wrong pack. You really thought that this nigga died from Sasuke. Oh, Sasuke killed him. No, that wall killed him. His disease killed him. Like, bro, like, use your brain. Like, you see this nigga Sasuke stab him in the heart? Any vital points? Nah. I just saw this nigga hit him with a little lightning. Like, and that nigga still blocked it with Susanoo. That's crazy. Oh, niggas, y'all really thought that Sasuke is all that? Nah, that's crazy. But anyways, Naruto, he proceeds to hear the message from Itachi telling him that he can't continue with Naruto because it'll be dangerous. And basically, Naruto, he took off his as Naruto proceeds to walk forwards. As, well, oh yeah, I didn't explain how he did it. Well, Itachi, he used a kunai and he cut Naruto's fingers, each finger on each hand, just making not a big cut but a little slit, and slitting his fingers as well, and well, pressing them together, giving him some of Itachi's DNA, and then using a healing jutsu. Now, Naruto's wounds in the beginning were so hard for Itachi to heal, so Itachi can't really heal them. So Naruto actually had to could only just like heal like his hands after getting the cuts, and they healed, and they now have Itachi's DNA inside of them, like the Uchiha DNA. Naruto could get the Rinnegan, but he's not gonna get the Rinnegan. He's gonna get something like much different. Yeah, much different. Much different. Why do I feel like am I the only one who feels like Ashura should have got the Tensei gun? And like, am I the only one who feel like Ashura should have at least gotten like a dojutsu apart from like Indra getting the whole Mangekyo? I feel like Ashura should have at least got like the Tensei gun or some shit like that from like his uncle. But anyways, yeah. Or at least a Byakugan or some shit like that. But anyways, Naruto, he proceeds to continue walking. He proceeds to continue walking until like 4 months later. Take in mind, it's been a year and 1 month. No, not a year and 1 month. Oops. It's almost been a year. Yes, it's almost been a year until Naruto left the village. It's currently 11. Basically, Naruto is now 13. As Naruto proceeds to continue walking, he just continues walking, just wandering around the place. Doesn't know where he's going, just wandering around the place. Now, while Raikage was on a mission, like I said, Naruto just kept on walking. while Raikage was on a mission with his squad and stuff like that, Raikage was stopping for a break, but Naruto doesn't know where he's going, so he bumped into the Raikage. And the Raikage, Sun got furious about this, because he's just thinking of this as a sign of disrespect, looks down at Naruto and gets ready to punch him. Not kill him, but punch him to make him feel at least like some respect, until somebody stops, until Raikage stops himself, noticing the whole blindfold on Naruto's eyes and stuff like that. As basically Naruto said again, "Why did you stop?" As Raikage says, "What?" As Naruto says, "Why did you stop your punch?" As Raikage says, "How do you know it was a punch? Can you see under there?" So Naruto says, "Nope, I can't see at all. I just felt the wind pressure go past me." As Raikage says, "Oh, is that all?" So Naruto says, "I felt a little bit of your lightning touch me, but it didn't hurt, it just sting." As Raikage says, "Oh. So, anyways, what are you doing?" As Naruto says, "I'm walking." As Raikage says, "Kid, how long have you been walking?" So Naruto says, I don't... As Naruto starts to retract backwards a lot, and he's just in a surprised state for at least 5 minutes until he says 11. As Raikage turns around and looks at Naruto and says, 11 what? As Naruto says, 11 months. As Raikage says, "What? Kid, you can't stay out here, it's dangerous." Hold on. Man, it's kind of like you don't gotta stop calling me. But anyways, yeah. As Raikage says, "Kid, you can't stay out here, it's dangerous. Come with me." Naruto says, "No, I wanna walk." As Raikage, he's kind of skeptic about this and wants to take Naruto and says no walking, but he's stopped by one of his squad members, by Killer B, who was actually coming to see him after he returned to the village and shit like that after a mission. As Killer B says, "Stop right there. Stop right there, older brother. If he wants to continue, let him continue." As he says, "But B, he's a kid." As B says, "Trust in the kid. Don't just trust in your words alone. Trust in the person that said the words." As he says, "Fine." As he says, "Fine, kid, you can go." And it's basically, they've been training, like Naruto has been with them for a week, and they've been training and stuff like that, their own training. Naruto can't use Chakra, so they already know that he can't use Chakra at the current moment in time. So basically, they see that Naruto can't, train, and basically, Raikage says, "Hey kid, do you have a specific weapon that you have in mind or anything?" So Naruto says, "2 swords, I guess." As Raikage says, "Alright then. Alright, I'll take you to the village hidden in the skies. We'll get you 2 katanas, and then you can go along with your way." As Naruto says, "Thank you, sir." As Naruto does not know this is a Raikage or anything like that, can't recognize it by the voice, he just knows that this is a really strong person. He's not scared or anything, he just knows that this is a really strong person. As basically, they didn't ask Naruto about his past or anything. So yeah. This is the eye Naruto's gonna unlock, so yeah. So basically, after that week, they go back to the Sky Village. Naruto stays there for 2 days, because that's how long his swords were gonna be. Naruto gets the swords 2 days later. Got this one and this one. These 2 swords. Alright? Yep, these 2. Hold on. So yeah. So Naruto, he proceeds to go and stuff like that. He learned their jutsus, memorized them, not really learned them, because he can't use Chakra, like I said. So Naruto, he proceeds to walk. He just walks, and walks. Just unknowing of where he's going until he just reaches the hidden stand village, and it's getting really hot. He takes off his sweater, revealing a black shirt that Itachi left him next to him. As Itachi had spare clothes, he washes the clothes. He only had like two shirts. And basically, Naruto took the shirt, and he just continues to walk with it. Now Itachi introduced himself to Naruto and stuff like that, not telling him that he's Sasuke's brother, just saying his name is Itachi Uchiha. And basically, it's basically what happened. So Naruto, he proceeded, and Itachi heard about what happened to Sasuke, and he's quite pissed at Sasuke, but he can't do anything about it. He's pissed because, well, the whole thing with him getting banished started with Sasuke, well, fucking dipping without a whole like response or anything like that. So yeah, so Naruto proceeds to just walk endlessly, but this time he's walking with the swords, not the stick. Not just the swords, but they're in their sheaths. So Naruto just continues to walk. No, he's walking with the stick. Yeah, he's walking with the stick because the Raikage told them to make him a metal rod to walk with since he probably doesn't want to mess up the sheath of the sword. So yeah, they made him a metal rod. Naruto walks with it. As Naruto, after 2 years of walking, Naruto is now 15 years old. It's now been 3 years. Naruto proceeds to walk some more. As Naruto, and just keeps going. As after 2 years, he finally leaves the sand. Because there was a point where Naruto was just walking in circles for a whole month, and Naruto finally realized it, and he says, "Oh, okay," because he started making circle lines with the whole rod thing, and he noticed that, oh shit, he was going in a circle. As then Naruto, he proceeds to, because Naruto's hearing over this time has gotten real good since he can't really see with his eyes. As Naruto, he proceeds to walk until he reaches the hidden stone village. As Naruto, he passed by the training ground of the Sand Shinobis and heard their things and stuff like that. And he heard about whole Gaara's thing with the whole stand coffin and stuff like that. And Naruto says, how do I get sand release? Naruto, he doesn't know how, he just feels like he'll probably get in the future or some shit like that. So Naruto just proceeds to keep walking and walking and walking without end as he just walks to the hidden rain village. As Naruto, he walks to the hidden rain village, but let's take a time skip to 2 years ago. 2 years ago, alright? 2 years ago. When Minato and, Kushina and, friends went to the Elder Toad to say, I found the child of prophecy and shit like that. As basically, they went to him and Jiraiya said, Elder Toad, I found him. As Elder Toad came out and found them, or him or her. As Elder Toad said, found who? As he says, the child of prophecy. As basically Elder Toad says, where are they? As basically they give them a whole introduction, as they said, introducing the Prodigies, Hinato and Mino, as basically they just walk in and Jiraiya is all excited and stuff like that until he notices that the mood of Elder Toad is just quiet with not even a peep coming out his mouth. As Jiraiya says, is there something wrong? As Elder Toad, he's silent, but then he starts moving and shivering, and he says, Jiraiya, you idiot! God damn it! Those are not the child of prophecy! As Jiraiya says, what? As the Elder Toad says, now that you've wasted so much time, the child of prophecy is probably wandering off somewhere just being a kid. Or a teen. Who knows what he could be doing right now? For all we know, he could probably be fighting for his life. As, quite honestly, Naruto's not fighting for his life. He's just continues to walk. See, he's not fighting for his life because, nobody finds pleasure in going after a kid who can't even fight back and is blind. The only thing he has is just his name. And basically, rumors have been spreading around the villages, the towns, and continents and stuff like that about like a wandering person, like a kid that's just been wandering with a blindfold on his head. He's blind and stuff like that. And hearing about that, nobody wanted to fight him, so they just let him continue walking because he's blind. They don't know what to do. They just let him walk. Now, the one who started spreading this was actually the Hokage of the Hidden Rain Village, as basically Naruto just continues to walk and walk and walk. Now, one thing that's to be said is that Naruto met every Hokage. Every Hokage. Like every Hokage you saw in that chat with the for the fourth Great Ninja War, he met all of them. Every single one of them. But the thing is, he was blind. He didn't know who they were. He just walked, and that's when they were actually in their Hokage uniforms. And he didn't know that it was them. He just knows that they were just some random people. Naruto was actually the whole Mizukage, the third Mizukage. She actually spoiled Naruto for a whole 5 months with food and stuff like that, because she knows that Naruto was really thin with food and stuff like that. And yeah, so because she was really fond of Naruto and stuff like that, not because of how handsome he was or for his chakra, because she sensed no chakra from him. So yeah. Not only that, there were even times when Naruto actually met the Jinchurikis, but it was only like by accident or occasions when they were just alone. Naruto, the way he met he met Gar in the tuning exams. The Two Tails, he met her, just walking regularly, and he just bumped into her. As basically they had a chat for an hour, and then Naruto proceeded on with his day. The Three Tails, Naruto fell into a pond, unable to actually know where he's swimming to or whatever like that. He was saved by the third Jinchuriki. Now, the Jinchurikis did not say that they were Jinchurikis themselves. They just said their names and stuff like that. And yeah, so he met the Jinchurikis in just weird ways. Son Goku, he passed by Son Goku's house while just doing some walking, and Son Goku gave him some food and let him on to his day. Next is the Six Tails. Naruto met the Six Tails by falling on it while he was in his slug form, and actually fell asleep, and he let Naruto sleep on it, even though he knew it was quite slimy. But he sucked in the slime on the place where Naruto was sleeping to let him feel more comfortable. And Naruto slept comfortably. He talked to him the next day, got some food, and while he proceeded on with his day. Then the Seven Tails Fu, she bumped into him while she was flying. She was flying real low, not low to the point where she's above the ground. No, at head strength of Naruto, head height of Naruto. This is about the time where Naruto was in Shippuden. Everything happens per normal, but this time it wasn't with Naruto, but Menmai Mito. No, not Menmai Mito. There. But Hinato and Mino. Now, the only reason I said Menmai Mito was because I've been watching a lot, and I mean a lot, of AR Legends videos. So, yeah, you should really check out his YouTube channel and get him some subscribers. So, yeah, his videos are pretty good, especially his Naruto ones. I'd say you should watch What If Naruto Was Abandoned by His Family, What If Naruto Was Neglected, so you should check those out. So, yeah. So Naruto, he proceeds to just go. He just walks and walks and walks and walks and walks. Now, Naruto, this is about the time when Naruto starts getting flashbacks. Naruto starts getting flashbacks of the whole past and stuff like that, of Indra's time, Hashirama's, and many more. Hold on. But anyways, oh my god, hold on. So yeah, she fed this nigga Naruto until Naruto was on his way again. after meeting every one of the Hokages. And then Naruto, he just kept walking, getting the flashbacks of stuff like that, jutsus and stuff like that, the whole fight with Indra. And yeah. And then, like, Naruto just continues walking. And he actually, while he was walking, like, this is when in the stone village, when he's about to meet the Hokage. And the Hokage is just walking around in town and stuff like that. And Naruto is just walking around blindly until he starts getting a headache and he passes out in front of the Hokage. As everybody says, the disrespect. As the Hokage thinks that Naruto is still conscious, as he goes down to look at Naruto and he sees that, oh shit, this kid passed out. As he says, somebody get him a doctor and get him to the Hokage's office. As basically they took him to the Hokage's office where he laid Naruto down and let him recover. As Naruto recovered, as he says, what happened? As the Hokage explained what happened, as Naruto says, oh, thank you. As Naruto, he feels a slight breeze over his eyes. He says, as he opens his eyes and the Hokage sees that, oh shit, he's blind. As Naruto says, my blindfold, where is it? As the Hokage says, you mean that rag? Don't worry about it, kid, I got you a new one. As Naruto says, oh. It's like Naruto, like, now his hair is this color now. Now it's this color. Yeah. Like I said, he got the hair from Kaguya. It's basically Naruto, he got some new clothes from the shirt from Itachi got cleaned, actually. The shirt that Itachi gave Naruto, it got cleaned and stuff like that. And he gave it to Naruto as an extra pair of clothes with his new pair of clothes. As Naruto, he got a rubber band to tie his hair up with, and they gave him a new white blindfold. As Naruto just proceeds to walk on with his days, and then now we skip to like Minato and the fam and Jiraiya going back to the village. And basically they go back to the village. Now along the way they were going to the village, they came across Sasuke. Now, they were wondering why Sasuke is there until they tried to approach Sasuke, as basically Sasuke attacked them and he ran away, as they don't know what's going on. As they go to the village and basically they go to the Hokage's office and they said, can anyone explain to me, while we were walking back, we saw Sasuke walking around. As they said, what? Isn't he dead? As Tsunade says that, and basically they said, dead? What do you mean? As they said, as they said, we thought that Naruto killed him. As they said, what? As basically Tsunade is feeling regretful for what happened, as she calls a whole meeting for the Hokage and the whole council. As the council, hearing what happened, they feel shocked and ashamed of themselves and quite saddened, but they don't really care, because to them he was the demon of the leaf. And basically news spread out that Sasuke wasn't dead, and this did not make her feel happy at all. This made her despise the village even more, to the point where Sakura and Hinata tried to actually talk to her, but Sakura made the mistake of touching her shoulder, which turns around and punches her in the face, sending her flying. And in this one, knows about like infusing her body with chakra and stuff like that, as basically Naruto, his wounds are practically healed by now. Yes, his wounds are practically healed. He has a mass amount of chakra surrounding him. He just doesn't know this. A mass amount, as a matter of fact. Even more than Hagoromo himself. Just around him. As basically, hold on. So yeah, he got big body chakra more than Kaguya. Yeah. He's just absorbing the surrounding chakra without knowing. Cause he hasn't had his things in a while. Now Naruto, over time, his view on the world has gotten lightened up a little bit. So his viewpoint when he gets his eyes back will be, well, nice. As basically, this is when we hit the 5 years point, actually. And Naruto, he just reaches this random woods until all of a sudden he feels his eyes are in pain. Severe pain, as a matter of fact. Like something's being engraved in it. As Naruto, he just starts screaming in that forest in pain, not knowing anything. There's nobody in it. It's just a secluded forest. As Naruto, he opens his eyes. He looks at a kunai. Well, one of the swords. Well, no, not one of the swords, because he can't really look at one. But a kunai. He looks at one of the kunai and he sees that his eyes, they look like this now. But then it turns off and he sees that he has pink eyes. As Naruto looks around, as he says, I can see again. As he says, wow, I can see. As Naruto still doesn't know he has chakra. As basically, Naruto just proceeds to continue walking until he reaches this random these people. And basically, as they look at him and they said, kid, what's with the massive chakra? Why are you leaking chakra? As Naruto says, huh? But I don't have chakra. Now, when his chakra was destroyed, it actually got stronger when it healed up. So Naruto has a lot of it. As Naruto says, huh? As they said, kid, try charging up your chakras. Naruto says, okay. So he charges up his chakra and he feels chakra again. And to him, it just feels weird just feeling it again. Because he thought that he'd feel it right away. But then he realized, I haven't had it for over, 4 to 5 years. So it's natural. It's a natural reaction from my body. So, but then he notices that his body is more than accumulated to the chakra. It's as if his body can perfectly feel the chakra, as if he can feel the chakra flowing into his body and where the flows of the chakra is just coming from. As basically Naruto proceeds to go and go to the forest and make a wooden house for himself. Hold on, I'll just show you a little. So yeah, Naruto makes a wooden house in the forest and he says, it seems that the house is too small. I can't really train my sword or else I'll cut the whole house. As Naruto, he proceeds to continue walking, just exploring the forest until he sees just a riverside and he says, I'll make a new house here. As he says, I'll make it even bigger. Since Naruto's far away from any village so that they won't see him, Naruto just... the only way that they'll actually, and the only way that the, Hokages would actually notice Naruto, Itachi, the Hokages and stuff like that, is probably because of Naruto's facial structures. Except for, the Mizukage, the Hokage of the Rock Village, the Hokage of the Rain Village, and stuff like that, so, yeah. So, Naruto makes a big-ass house. He actually makes this house. Basically looks like this. Naruto used earth manipulation to make that, but it's still near near the river as Naruto makes that house, and he made it out of some durable ass. He actually made the walls out of bedrock. He colored the bedrock actually. He used bedrock, but he colored it with, dye and waited for them to dry. That rhymed. He colored it with dye, then waited for them to dry. Shit. That's what you call poetry, my nigga. Oh, ho! But I'm not a poet, though. I'm a terrible poet, if I'm being honest with you. I'm a terrible poet. So let me tell you what I'm good at. I'm good at math. I'm alright with ELA. I would call myself ass if I'm being honest. I'm good with science. Social studies, not that much. It depends on what you're trying to learn. If it's something like mythology, like Greek mythology, possibly a little bit of Norse and a little bit of Chinese mythology, alright then I could say a thing or two. But anyways, yeah. But I've always been enchanted by stars and space, so I'll probably study astronomy in the future, but who knows. But anyways, so yeah. So I'm gonna be leaving it off where Naruto built this house, and she decides to set off to look for Naruto by now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Lotus What Ifs, and I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the part 1 of What If Naruto Was Banished. And yeah, this has been Lotus What Ifs out.